Vermont is home to some of the biggest and brightest ski resorts on the East Coast, and the state is known for having some of the best places for skiing and snowboarding in the country. But with 28 different ski resorts in the state, how can you tell which mountains are worth your time? Many riders choose to get one of the mega passes and then choose resorts based on where they can ride for free. And with the cost of lift tickets continually rising year after year, who can blame riders for trying to save a little money? So for this video, I'm going to go through all the epic ski resorts in Vermont, highlighting their standout features, and at the end of the video, ultimately declaring the best epic mountain in the state. So if you have an epic pass, or are thinking of getting one in the future, then you'll want to pay attention. Starting off in southern Vermont is the popular Mount Snow, with over 600 acres of skiable terrain. With a good sized skiable footprint at this ski resort, it can be surprising to some that there's only one mountain peak. One of the unique parts about Mount Snow is you can ride down 4 different mountain faces, including the main face, north face, Sunbrook, and Carinthia. This aspect of the mountain allows for easy navigation to different areas because you can take a lift all the way to the top and choose which face of the mountain to ride back down. But getting used to knowing where you are on the map can also take some getting used to. Mount Snow has a vertical drop of 1,700 feet, a longest run of 3 miles, a peak elevation of 3,600 feet, and 20 different lifts across its slopes, making this ski resort a decent mountain for the southern part of the state. The terrain difficulty here is divided up as having 16% of its runs rated for beginners, 66% for intermediates, and 18% for advanced skiers and snowboarders. And with 85 total trails, 83% snowmaking capabilities, and an average annual snowfall of 135 inches, you can guarantee a good amount of fun here for all types of riders. However, Mount Snow is most known for its park trails. With an entire face of this mountain dedicated for only park trails and terrain features, if you're looking to ski or snowboard in the park, then add Mount Snow to your list. The Carinthia face is 100 acres of only terrain park riding, and has over 15 different trails to choose from and 8 parks to help separate beginner to advanced park riders. Mount Snow can be a fun ski resort for many, but it's really head and shoulders above other ski resorts when it comes to the terrain park. Moving on to an epic mountain in central Vermont is Okemo Ski Resort. There's 667 skiable acres here with 5 different alpine areas. One of the first things you'll notice at the ski resort is just how big it really is. You can start your day at the main area of the Clock Tower base area, Jackson Gore base area, or at any of the main village areas that have skiable access to the entire mountain. But I will mention that because the ski resort is very large, it can be a little confusing to navigate your first visit, so be aware of that, especially if you park at one of the ends of the map instead of near the clock tower base. Okemo has a vertical drop of 2,200 feet, longest run of over 4 miles, 126 total trails, and 21 lifts, noting this ski resort as one of the bigger skiable mountains in the state.
Yeah! Jump! Oh! That's the biggest air of your life!
The terrain variety is very evenly split, with 33% for beginners, 37% for intermediates, and 30% for advanced skiers and snowboarders. Not to forget, Okemo has 5 different terrain parks to explore as well. Now, there's not nearly as much parks as there is at Mount Snow, but it's still a reputable amount of variety. Okemo has a max elevation of 3,344 feet, 98% snowmaking coverage, and an average annual snowfall of 121 inches. So although the average snowfall amount is lower than that of Mount Snow, their snowmaking ability is much higher, guaranteeing a good amount of trail coverage throughout the season.
Ah! You saved the camera!
And we also got pretty lucky by being able to ride at Okemo on one of its rare heavy powder days. Always fun. This ski resort is most known for being a well-rounded mountain for every type of rider. It has an even terrain diversity, some good park trails, fast groomers, and some purposefully ungroomed slopes as well. If you're someone who likes to ride a little bit of everything, then Okemo is a great mountain for you. Moving up to northern Vermont is the iconic Stowe Mountain Ski Resort. This mountain surprisingly has the smallest footprint on this list at just 485 skiable acres, but it uses it very well. And honestly, it still feels big when you're there. Now there's two main skiable areas that are split by a road, and because there's a gondola that takes riders over the road connecting these areas, it is still all skiable regardless of where you park. But you do have to take a short walk through the village at Spruce Peak in order to connect the slopes. The main mountain is above the Mansfield Lodge area, and then there's Spruce Peak above the Spruce Lodge area across the road. You definitely need to explore both sides when you visit this resort. Stowe Mountain has the most vertical drop on this list of 2,360 feet, 116 total trails, a longest run of 4 miles, and 12 total lifts. The max elevation here is 4,395 feet, which is over 1,000 feet higher than at Okemo Ski Resort. And they easily have the most natural snowfall of the epic resorts with 226 inches annually. The terrain difficulty at Stowe is divided up as 16% for beginners, 55% for intermediates, and 29% for advanced riders. But with only having 2 park trails across its slopes, it is one of the downsides of this mountain. One of the best standout features at Stowe are all the awesome glades to explore. There's so many glades labeled on the map and not labeled to explore this mountain, which really adds to the unique feel overall. And all the extra snowfall helps fill out the glades, which only adds to the creativity of exploring new areas on the mountain. So for all 3 epic pass mountains in Vermont, I think Mount Snow is really for the terrain park riders. Okemo is a great, well-rounded mountain that has a little bit of everything, but isn't the best at anything. And Stowe is really meant for those who like to ride steeps, glades, and powder. And obviously, you can get a little bit of everything at all of these resorts, but that's how I think they're best differentiated from one another. And now, it's the time to reveal which ski resort I think is the best epic pass mountain in Vermont. Each of these mountains have their own personality and great qualities, but for me, the absolute best is Stowe Mountain Ski Resort. And that's mainly because I personally love riding all the glades, and the powder days here are crazy fun. What do you think of my video? Do you agree that Stowe Mountain is the best epic pass mountain in Vermont? Do you want to see more videos like this? Let me know in the comments. And if you're looking for a Vermont ski resort that's not on the epic pass, then watch this mountain review right here.